All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat video. So, as we're getting closer to the big movie reveal for the Mortal Kombat 2 movie, the promotion is ramping up here, and now we get our first look at Johnny Cage actually, like, in the movie, not just a promotional promo material. Johnny Cage in the movie, along with our first look at Kitana, the princess, and Shao Kahn. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Leave a thumbs up on the video if you're excited for the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. There's actually a big surprise in this EW article that they wrote. So we're going to talk about that first, all right? But leave a comment down below what you guys think of all the new costumes, or the first look at like Kitana and Shao Kahn is what we're getting here. Those are the two that we really haven't seen yet. But this was a bombshell right here. Check this out. This little paragraph, you guys can't see, but like in the middle, right in the middle, is a huge paragraph. It says, as an added treat for gamers, new movie accurate skins of these characters, including Urban's Johnny, Rudolph's Kitana, and Ford's Shao Kahn, are coming to the Mortal Kombat 1 video game later this year. Boom. That was a mind blower for me because I did not think that we were going to get these movie skins in Mortal Kombat 1, especially with, sort of my expectation that we're not going to be getting any more DLC characters. But it totally makes sense. It's going to be a way to promote the movie via skins, which are definitely not as hard as actually making a brand new DLC character from scratch. But the positive thing about this is it tells me that NetherRealm is still going to keep supporting Mortal Kombat 1 with new skins, for example, probably new brutalities, new moves for characters like they've been doing with like Baraka and Melina and a bunch of other characters, and balance updates. So NetherRealm is still going to be supporting the game even all the way into late 2025, which I think the movie comes out October 24th. So that's a huge positive, in my opinion. I knew that they were going to keep supporting the game. I just thought that maybe they would, if the last character is indeed the T1000, I thought they would stop support maybe around like August or something. But it seems like they're going all the way to the movie, which I think is really cool. And we're going to be getting these skins in the movie. I mean, in the game. Like, come on, that's going to be awesome. You guys know how awesome the skins were for the original Mortal Kombat movie back in MK1. So I can't wait to play with some of these designs here. But let's talk about the designs. So first of all, let's start off with the bottom one. Not to say that this one is the worst one out of all of them. It's more like this is Scorpion. Like, we saw Scorpion in the first movie. He looks exactly the same. It looks like he's in the NetherRealm, right? It looks like he's in the NetherRealm. It's all sort of like, it seems like he's definitely somewhere where there's like fire in the background. Either that or it's just like a climax scene where everything is burning down. But he definitely looks like he's in the NetherRealm somewhere. So yeah, that's Scorpion. I'm really bad at names, so I'm not going to be naming a lot of these actors. But here we have our first look at Shao Kahn. I'm trying to see if I like this design or not. Obviously, the helmet shape, the horns with the helmet and everything, they definitely took inspiration from classic Shao Kahn. We can't argue with that. The shape and everything looks good. But the overall metallic helmets, how do I feel about that as opposed to having the bone material as the helmet piece, like the front of the helmet piece? At first, I was not on board with it. When I first saw the design, I was like, it looks kind of weird. But looking at it now with the image blown up a little bit, first of all, I love the eyes. I think the eyes look really menacing. They look intimidating. The mouth is a little weird. It kind of looks like a dog snarling. I do like the fact that they have a lot of like design to, like, they have a lot of shapes and designs inside the helmet. like, well, not inside the helmet, on the surface of the helmet. They have a lot of different designs. I like that a lot. You know, some people might think it's over the top, but I personally like it. Who knows? This might only be one of Shao Kahn's helmets. He might actually have the traditional looking Shao Kahn helmet at some point in the movie. But I gotta say, I don't dislike it, which I'm happy about because, there's some design choices. For example, Reptile in the first movie where I was like, man, what the hell is this thing? Like, that was my first impression of that. And Shao Kahn, for me, at first I was like, it looks kind of weird, the teeth and everything, the metallic look. But like I said, blowing the image up a little bit, looking at it in full screen, it looks better. The shoulder pieces, you can't really tell too much of what the costume is going to look like. But I'm happy that they gone with a traditional Shao Kahn look, except for, instead of the bone structure, now it looks like it's all metal. But like I said, I love the eyes. It reminds me of the intro from MK9 where they focus on Shao Kahn's eyes, and they have that exact same look and sort of the pupil and color to them. So I think I like it. If I were to give it a grading, Scorpion's an A because I always like the Scorpion design from the first movie. So I'm gonna give Scorpion design here an A because it's literally the exact same thing, pretty much. I'm gonna give Shao Kahn a B, just because I feel like the lighting should be better. I know that they're based on the pictures. It seems like they're going for a darker tone. As far as their color correction, because all these movies go through editing and they have to pick the right color correction for the mood of what they want the film to feel like, and I feel like they're going for a darker tone. So a lot of the color corrections that they're using kind of desaturate the colors, which makes sense. It's a Mortal Kombat movie. They're making it darker and they're taking more chances with this one as opposed to the other ones. But I mean, every picture looks like it has sort of a darker tone color correction, right? So I don't know if the color correction and the lighting is doing the mask any justice. So I can't wait to see a clearer picture of it before I make a decision on if I really like it or not. But I'm going to give it an A. Obviously, Shao Kahn is going to be the big bad guy. So Shao Kahn is one of the most important characters of the entire movie. They have to make him look badass. And the cool thing is that the actor who's playing him, he is legitimately 6'9", I think. He's like 6'9", bodybuilder, looks huge, intimidating. So they went with the right actor. It just depends on how he's going to portray Shao Kahn on screen. Moving on here to the princess, we have Kitana. And a lot of people are saying, because I did read through some of these comments, this is not my first reaction to these pictures, I've seen them already. A lot of people are saying that she looks, the costume almost looks identical to the Mortal Kombat 11 costume. Like her default look. It's like the Remnant Kitana look. And I gotta agree, it definitely resembles the Mortal Kombat 11 Kitana look. But that's not a bad thing in my opinion. I think the MK11 Kitana design was really good. I didn't like the Revenant portion of it because I don't like the Revenant skins. They're all zombie-like and undead. But when they brought out the version that took away the undead look and it was just Kitana with her default skin, I think it looks really good. Obviously, one of the big differences is she only has like one ponytail as opposed to two buns with the look, which I prefer one ponytail vastly over having two buns. Like, I always thought that was a weird choice, giving Kitana and MK11 two buns as like her hairstyle. I like this look a lot. I think they could have gone without the shoulder piece sort of coming down, like the chest plate coming down. I think maybe if they would have just given her the shoulder piece without the chest plate, I think it might have looked better. The fans look great. The fans look great. As I was talking about the color correction, yeah, you could see a lot of blue, right? but it doesn't stand out like Katana's normal blue would. But that's just an aesthetic choice that they're going with darker color correction. Yeah, I feel like the fans, I don't know if it's just in the picture form, but they don't look real. I know they're not real. I know they're not real. They're props, used in movies, right? But it doesn't look like it's supposed to look real for the movie. You're supposed to suspend your disbelief. You know that they're props, but they look like props. That's my only problem with it. I think the design of the fans look good. Maybe the blade should be bigger. Maybe the blade should be bigger. Maybe they should sharpen the edges a little bit, sort of. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, they look like they're not real. You know what I mean? I don't know if they just look like props. They don't look like, they're Katana's dangerous fans with blades at the end. They look like blades, but they look like they're plastic blades. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into this. Yeah, I don't know. By the way, I'm pausing a little bit because I have to like my mic is all the way to the left side. I have to like move my head all the way to the right side because I'm using my monitor in the middle. I don't know. The fans just look a little too proppy and plasticky to me. That's just me though. But like I said, maybe they look better in motion. They probably will look better in motion. Thing about props is if you look at them in a still image, you'll probably find some sort of fault with it. But when they're in motion, I'm sure that the fans are going to look great. But I like the costume. I like the costume a lot. Like I said, the only thing that I would change is the chest plate. I don't care about the shoulder pads, right? But I feel like they could have cut out the chest plate portion and just have sort of her connectors from her chest piece go upwards onto her like neck, and that would have been fine. Either that or just take away the shoulder pads and the chest plate completely. But the actual design, I think, looks great. All right, so we have Johnny Cage here. We don't need to talk about Johnny Cage too much because we actually already saw Carl Urban as Johnny Cage in this like promotional poster for one of his movies. I forgot what the was it Uncaged? I think the movie is called Uncaged, right? So based on the article, it says that similar to what Cole Young was in the first movie, Johnny Cage is sort of going to be our look into what's happening in the movie. So Johnny Cage is going to be a huge, huge, huge focus in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie based on some synopsis that I saw in the article. So Carl Urban is going to be, you know, having a lot of screen time. Obviously, as an actor, he's older. He's not the young Johnny Cage. So I'm curious to see how they're going to introduce him. There was another little snippet in the article. I think it was a quote from Ed Boon saying that his introduction was hilarious. And Ed Boon is the one that had the quote saying that similar to Cole Young, Johnny Cage is going to be our look into what's happening in the Mortal Kombat 2 like universe and movie and stuff. So I can't wait to see how they introduce Johnny Cage. If Ed Boon thought it was going to be hilarious, I'm really looking forward to it. One of the best things about the movie is that Ed Boon has actually helped out with different things in the movie. And if Ed Boon is like heavily pushing it, and he's been talking about how he likes this movie a lot. I have high hopes for the MK2 movie for sure. It's already confirmed they're gonna have a lot more fight scenes, a lot of like Easter eggs and finishers. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, you have Sony in the background, you have Jax, you have Liu Kang, and then of course you have Johnny Cage right there. So yeah, I mean Johnny Cage, he looks like Johnny Cage to me. It's just an older Johnny Cage. It's like the MK11 Johnny Cage. He was an older looking Johnny Cage. Yeah, I don't really have much to say as far as the grade goes. I would probably say I'll probably give it a B as well. I think Katana's a B as well. I can't give it an A because I think Scorpion's design looks pretty badass from the first movie, and it carries on to this movie. And I think this design I'm a little iffy about, but I like it more than I dislike it, so I'm giving it a B. I actually like this a lot. The problem is the fans look a little proppy to me, and I feel like they could have gone without the chest piece. So that's why I'm giving it a B. And then Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, I'll probably give it a B as well, just because the hair, everything is on point. Um, he looks actually, you know what? I'll probably give it a B plus because he looks like Johnny Cage and everything, right? Like whenever I see this picture, I see Johnny Cage. It just depends on how it's going to transition into the movie. But obviously, they have a plan. They're not going into this blind. They had a plan from the start, and that there's a reason why they hired Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. So I'm looking forward to see the portrayal for sure. But man, think about it, guys. We're gonna be getting Billy Butcher versus Homelander in Mortal Kombat 1. We're gonna be getting Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. And then we have Anthony Starr, even though it's not his voice, as Homelander going up against each other in Mortal Kombat 1. It's going to be awesome. When they released the movie skins in Mortal Kombat 11, everyone was so hyped about it, like if they were adding new DLC characters, because it was the actors coming in and portraying their own voices and reading the lines with their own voices, obviously the face scan and everything. So I really hope that they do that for these skins. I hope it's Carl Urban lending his voice, doing Johnny Cage lines, and every other character. Because if it's Carl Urban, but it's like Johnny Cage's voice, it's going to take away from the authenticity of the skin. You know what I mean? Because Jean-Claude Van Damme, when you play with Jean-Claude Van Damme in Mortal Kombat 1, you're playing with Jean-Claude Van Damme because he did the voice. He did all the lines for the character. So I really hope that they get whichever skins from the movie they bring into MK1, which from the article it said it was going to be Johnny Cage, Shao Kahn, and Kitana. And I think it said, wait, let we go back. It says, as an additional treat for gamers, new movie accurate skins of these characters, including Urban's Johnny, Rudolph's Kitana, and Forged Shao Kahn, are coming to Mortal Kombat 1 video game later this year. So it might only be those three, or it might be those three plus, maybe a couple other skins. But we're going to have to wait and see. One other thing, I did see Cole Young pop out in my timeline somewhere. Oh, here we go. Mortal Kombat Brazil has 2 images of Cole Young right here. It's interesting that they did not, like the promotional material that they released, did not include Cole Young other than these singular screenshots right here. Cole Young probably coming off a big battle right there with a lot of, syrup dripping all over his face. But yeah, that's Cole Young. Cole Young looks exactly the same as he did in the original Mortal Kombat movie. And I do feel bad for the actor, I will say that. I think he's a great actor. It's just the way that they treated Cole Young in the first movie and having him sort of surpass every classic Mortal Kombat character to become the primary focus. That was a problem right there. But I feel bad for the actor because he signed up for a movie role in a video game that he absolutely loves, and then he gets absolutely trashed online when it comes out because of the writing. It's not even his fault. He did a great job. So I definitely feel bad for the actor, but it seems like he's going to have a lot lesser role in the next movie. So we're going to have to wait and see where that goes. But this was a lot longer video than I thought, but obviously we're all passionate here over the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. Can't wait to see it. And the best news about it all, the skins are going to be coming to MK1, and it's glorious. It is glorious. So that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.